Do you know which trades pay six figures right now with no degree, no student debt? Just stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which ones are worth your time. Let me tell you something most people in your shoes are too nervous to admit out loud. You know you want to get into the trades, but you have no idea which one is actually right for you. And that uncertainty, it's costing you time. Maybe you've looked at plumbing, maybe you've looked at electrical, maybe someone told you HVAC is the right move right now, and I'm laughing because I've done about 3-4 videos on HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. So instead of clarity, it only added to the confusion, and you keep waiting. You're telling yourself you'll figure it out soon, but soon turns into later, and later turns into nothing. But stop right there. That feeling of being overwhelmed is completely normal. Most people don't figure this out in high school. Many people spend 4 years in college and still have no idea what they want to do with their lives. If you're sitting here not knowing which trade fits you, you're not alone. You just haven't had someone break it down the right way. And that's what this video is about. I've spent over 25 years in the trades. Carpentry, plumbing, and home inspection. I've done over 2,000 property inspections, and I've also flipped homes. I've worked alongside guys in almost every trade you can name, and here's what I know. Picking the right trade isn't about chasing the biggest paycheck. It's figuring out how you're wired, your personality, your lifestyle, and what you can actually see yourself doing day in and day out for years. And once you get that right, the money follows. You get it wrong, you'll be miserable no matter what it pays. So today I'm going to try to walk you through how to figure out which trade fits you, what the work really looks like, and what kind of person thrives in each one, and how to avoid wasting years on the wrong path. And before you look at any specific trade, ask yourself a few honest questions. Number one, are you a problem solver? Do you like working alone or being part of a crew? Do you want something physically demanding or more technical and precise? Do you want to be home every night, or are you okay moving around for work? These questions matter more than you think. If you don't like tight spaces or maybe working crouched down on your knees for long periods of time, plumbing may not be for you. If you love figuring out how systems work, HVAC might be calling you. If you like clean, precise work where every detail matters, electrical could be your fit. The goal isn't picking the trade that sounds good. The goal is picking the one that fits the way you naturally think and work. And if you get that part right first, everything else will fall into place. Stay with me all the way through, because the one that fits you best might be the one you're not expecting. Plumbing. Plumbers install and repair water lines, drain systems, and gas lines. Every day you're solving real problems for real people. And here's why plumbing is one of the strongest trades you can enter. It's recession proof, period. Pipes don't care what the economy is doing. Water heaters don't check the stock market before they fail. And toilets don't wait for a good time to clog. And new homes are getting built every single day. There's always work out there for plumbing. Pay starts strong. Employee plumbers can earn 50 to 70K. Self-employed plumbers push 100K and beyond. Self-employment is very realistic if that's the direction you want to go. I know what some people tend to think when they hear plumbing. They think dirty work all day, right? But that's not always the reality. Much of the job is running pipe, hooking up fixtures, and roughing work. Some of the jobs are clean installs and systems work. Some plumbing jobs are cleaner than others. I would tend to say that most of the plumbing would be more along the side of getting your hands dirty. If you want a trades job where you're going to go home clean, and plumbing's not for you. To be honest, I always liked doing plumbing, and I still do my own plumbing work. I'll just tell you a quick story about a little plumbing job at my house. I just moved into my house about 4 months ago. I noticed the water pressure was low, but there was no increase in my water bill, so I changed the PRV valve. The water pressure still didn't improve. I tried to troubleshoot the PRV valve, even bought a higher quality PRV valve because some could be bad right from the store. And it turned out it was the main water line in the street from the water company, and they ended up replacing it. So plumbing is about working through problems methodically until you find the real answer. And that kind of thinking makes a great plumber. Next is electrical, and it's one of the highest paying trades in the country, and the demand is definitely growing. Electricians wire homes, businesses, and commercial facilities. Precision is everything. One mistake with the live wire can kill you. And that's not an exaggeration. That's the reality of the trade. This trade demands discipline, and it demands attention to detail. And also a level of safety consciousness that not everyone's willing to commit to. This is exactly why electricians who take it seriously get paid well for it. Electricians earn $70,000 to $90,000 as journeymen. You can specialize in solar, commercial work, or EV charger installations and push $120,000 a year and beyond. Demand's growing fast. Old buildings need upgrades, solar installations are going in everywhere, and electrical vehicle chargers are being installed across the country. Electricians aren't just pulling wire anymore, they're building the electrical backbone of the next 20 years. If you like organized, precise work and strong attention to detail, electrical might be exactly where you belong. Next is HVAC. It's a trade that challenges you in 3 different ways. There's electrical, mechanical, and plumbing all in one. HVAC techs keep every building in the country comfortable. You're working with electrical systems, mechanical systems, and plumbing systems, all in one trade. And if you like variety, if you want a job that challenges you differently every single day, HVAC is worth serious consideration. You'll be on rooftops and crawl spaces, diagnosing problems that require you to think. Busy seasons can be brutal. Summer and winter don't let up, but that's also when the overtime money kicks in. Average pay is around $70,000. Commercial techs with real experience push $90 to $110K with overtime. And let me tell you something that happened during a home inspection that showed me exactly what this trade demands. I was inspecting a home and tripped the electrical disconnect at the condenser unit outside of a home. These disconnects are designed to be pulled and reset, and that's its entire purpose: safe isolation of the unit for service. And it was considered standard procedure, but when I went to restore it, the unit did not come back on. And let me tell you, it was the middle of summer in Georgia, and the homeowner was not happy with me. He followed me out to my vehicle, scolding me, convinced that I had broken his unit. But I stayed calm, I documented everything, I called it in, and an HVAC tech came out and diagnosed the issue. That HVAC showed up with an irate homeowner, a problem he didn't create. He fixed it fast and handled it professionally. And that's the job. Technical skill plus the ability to stay calm under pressure and deal with people. And if you've got both of these things, HVAC is worth serious consideration. If hands-on, precision, and focus are your strengths, the next trade could be your calling, and that's welding. Welders join metal. You'll see welders at construction sites, welding pipelines, shipyards, and manufacturing plants. This trade is for a specific type of person. If you can get lost in your work for hours at a time, and if you like building something that has to be exactly right, welding can change your life. Average pay starts around $60,000 to $70,000 a year. Specializations can be found in pipeline, structural work, or even underwater welding. With these specializations, you could be looking at $100,000 to $150K a year and beyond. The welders I worked alongside, they were patient, precise, and took real pride in their work. And if that sounds like you, welding might be worth a serious look. The last one is not what most people expect when they think about the trades, but it may be the highest paying path on the list, and that's construction project managers. They organize crews, manage deadlines, and control budgets. It's not hands-on work, but high responsibility, high pay work. Pay ranges from around $80,000 to $120K a year, depending on the size and type of project. The best project managers I've seen have started exactly where you are right now. They came up through the trades. They learned the work from the ground up and moved into management because they understood the job at a level no one coming straight out of a business degree ever could. If you are organized, if you naturally can take charge and communicate well, project management is a realistic path. But learn the trade first, spend time in the field, and you get to understand exactly what the crews are doing. Because a project manager who's never swung a hammer or pulled a wire is going to struggle to earn the respect of people working around him. Before you decide on a trade, there's one more thing most people forget to factor in, and that's lifestyle. The trade you pick is not just about the work, it's about how you want to live. Do you want to be home every night? Plumbing and electrical are generally local. Do you want to travel? Pipeline welding and PM roles move from site to site. If you prefer working independently, electricians and HVAC techs often run solo. If you want crew, camaraderie, pipe fitting, and structural work put you on large job sites with teams. So figure out your non-negotiables before you commit to anything. Money matters, but quality of life matters just as much. I've watched guys chase paychecks into trades that made them miserable. I watched others pick trades that fit their personality and build careers they were genuinely proud of. The difference was never just the money, it was the fit. So here's some final thoughts. Your first trade doesn't have to be your only trade. I started in carpentry and moved into pipe fitting and spent years in plumbing. I also then moved into property inspection and performed over 2,000 property inspections. Careers in the trades evolve. You pick up skills and you figure out what you're good at and you find where you fit, but none of that happens if you keep waiting for the perfect answer before you take your first step. The skilled trade shortage is real and the demand is real, and this opportunity is sitting right in front of us right now. So think about how you're wired and think about the lifestyle you want. Think about where your strengths are and pick a direction and start moving in that direction. because the worst decision you can make right now is to make no decision at all. So if this video helped you, please hit the like and subscribe button. It genuinely helps me keep this content coming, and it means a lot. Drop a comment below and tell me which trade you're leaning toward. I read all the comments. No hype, no nonsense, just the truth from someone who spent most of his life on job sites. This is John from Straight Talk, Real Trades, Real Life. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.